Well, let's move on then. IEX reported a steady quarter for the second quarter. The revenues jumped up, volumes as well expanded. To understand what's the way ahead from here on, we're joined by Mr. Rohit Bajaj, the Executive Director, Business Development Strategy and Regulatory Affairs at IEX. Hi, Rohit. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining in. Well, earlier in the year, you all were guiding for two things. One was that volume growth should be close to around 15% for the year, point number one. And point number two, market share had dipped below the 90% odd mark. But you all said that you're confident that it goes back to around 92 to 94%. Are both those two goals on?
Yes. So this quarter particularly was very good for us, where we have registered almost 17% growth in electricity. And numbers have picked up well because there has been tremendous rebound in the overall demand in the country. Overall demand increased by 13%. And we expect this to sustain going forward also. Earlier, we were facing some supply side constraints. Those have also been eased out now because government has taken certain measures. Imported coal-based plants are operating now. Some of the maintenance has been deferred to take care of the peak demand. And otherwise, coal production in the country has also increased significantly. So this together, high demand as well as improvement in the sell side is helping us in a big way, which has helped us registering good growth in the Q2. Now, if I talk about October particular, month, then we have seen more than 20% growth in electricity in the month of October. So volumes are picking up fast, as we had said earlier. As the things are improving, we are seeing major improvement on that side. There is one more thing which has happened, which is also noteworthy. CRC has recently issued an order wherein the new regulations have been implemented. These are GNA regulations, which help all the distribution companies to source power irrespective of their long-term tie-ups. So these are very much market friendly, and more distribution utility and other participants will come to the market now and start to avail benefit of the lower price power which is available. So that's another thing which has happened, and together these two things are helping us register growth also, number one, and also regain our market share.
So that target is on, right? A 15% volume growth for the year is on. Okay, good. And what is the updated market share number? Are you already at that 92, 94% mark, or will you get there in a couple of months?
Yeah, we should get there in coming months. Today, if I talk about my market share in the major segment, which is day-ahead market and real-time market, we are doing almost 99.9%. But in other segment, which is TAN, which is a smaller segment, which is about 15-20% of the total market, there our market share is about 50%. So going forward, since we are in the process of launching more products, today we are allowed to do only up to 3 months. Going forward, we are seeking approval to launch up to 11 months contract. We are hopeful that we should be able to gain our market share and bring it back to the levels of 90% again.
Okay. Can you tell me what is the blended market share?
So blended should be around in the range of 85% as of now.
85% blended market share. Got it. On an average, you're doing about 100 crores as a quarterly run rate in terms of revenues, right? What do you think you can do in terms of scaling it up? Is that the average that you hope to maintain in the second half of the year as well? Or do you think you can scale it up further?
Yes. So, as I said, there are certain new things which are going to come. First is a longer duration contract, which will be extended from presently 3 months up to 11 months. This has a lot of traction. In fact, just want to share one update. Last complete year in the longer duration contract, we did 1.4 billion unit. This year, in the month of October itself, we did 1.7 billion unit in this particular contract. As we will scale it up, as we will add more months, we expect these numbers to grow. And second is green market is also not doing very well this year particularly. This has not done well because demand has increased in some of the southern states which were earlier sellers and they are not selling now. So going forward, we expect as more capacity will come, there is conventional capacity about 9,000 megawatt which will get commissioned very soon. It will ease out the supply constraint of these southern states, and we expect more and more green power will come and we should be able to leverage that. So we are looking forward to these two segments particularly, and we expect this number to grow.
Rohit, IEX historically has had a monopoly in the day-ahead market, DAM, where your volumes have been absolutely flat in Q2. And now increasingly we are seeing higher demand for longer term contracts, and you yourself said you're introducing even 11-month contract, and you know, the term ahead contract, term ahead market, etc. In this 15% volume guidance, can you tell us what will be the growth expected in day ahead market, Dan?
Yes. So you rightly said initial months in this year, or in fact last year also, day ahead market was flat to negative. This year it is flat to positive. And if I talk about October particularly, it has recovered a bit, and it is almost 8-9% up. So going forward, as the anomaly in the regulation has been sorted out now, earlier there was duplication of charges if you are participating, duplication of transmission charges if you are participating in day ahead market. That has been removed from 1st of October. We expect going forward, we should be easily able to get 15% growth in day ahead market segment, which has already started to come in this particular.
This is in the second half of the year, you're saying day ahead market volume growth should be 15%.
Absolutely. This is what we are targeting. This is what we are working at.
Okay, all right. Mr. Bajaj, you know, in terms of shareholding, there's a large investor in there, which is the Dalmia Group. And I think even after selling some stake in the last 18 months or so, they still have close to around 15% stake. Any communication from them, whether they want to hold on or are they looking at exiting? Do you have any kind of feelers?
No, absolutely not. No feelers as such. So otherwise, if you see the shareholding, it is quite fragmented. We have 16 lakh shareholders today.
Yeah.
A large part is owned by public.
Yeah, Mr. Bajaj, we got that, but I just wanted to clear the air on that in case, you know, obviously it's their call, but sometimes you get some feelers maybe, in fact, but for the time being, you're saying no. Tell us about market coupling. You know, the discussion paper is out, I think, and that's something that the stock market is looking at very, very closely. When do you think that's going to be implemented? When will it be implemented as well?
So this is one thing which has been discussed a lot in last couple of months, in fact, 2-3 months. So one good thing that has happened is now people have started to realize the understanding of this concept is improving. Stakeholders have realized what this is all about. Here we are not adding any new market. We are just talking about coupling of exchanges. Many people have raised concerns about objective. What is the objective behind this, number one? And then other people are talking about deepening of the market is what we need, not the market coupling at this point in time. So all these things are discussed, deliberated in last 2-3 months, including in the print media and other media forums. And what we understand is, as the understanding is evolving, and recently CRC also came out with the staff paper, which was very balanced one. In fact, they identified what are the pros and what are the cons for implementing this. And one important thing they highlighted in that paper is, it's a long process. If you have to implement, there are so many implementation challenges which will come. So call is to be taken whether we really want to go in that direction, whether this is good enough, this will yield something for the benefit of the end consumer. I think those things are to be analyzed. Now it is with regulator. Everybody has submitted the comment. They will analyze and get back.
All right. Thanks a lot for joining in and taking the time out and speaking to CNBC TV18. Appreciate your time and thoughts here.